Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Crypto Duck Life.
Let's give it some. Alright. Yeah. Well, it's a Saturday, and I assume you're already drunk. So let's make this as painless as possible. So the week's look at the markets. Bitcoin is down 1%, 16647, holding that 16 grand support easily, in fact, really. Ethereum's down 4% at 1208. It never breached the 1-1. BNB's down 4% at 270. Big winners for the week. TWT is up colossal 86%. That was after its release of its Chrome extension, so that's great for them. Chile's, yeah, whatever. 21%, not a football fan. Can't see any use for it, not in the real world, but there you go. And TON is up 21%. The negatives, king of the negatives is Sol, down 16%. Poor old embattled Solana, bless him. Casper's also down 15%. And HT token is down 14%. I mean, I'm not too sure what's going on with Q-Boy there. I'm assuming that's just fallout from FTX still. Right, news. Adidas has just released its Genesis edition, which is a group of collectible NFT digital wearables. The idea is you dress avatars in them. Oh, it's going to be compatible with a bunch of metaverses and all that crap. From an absolutely pointless and useless NFT to one that I do actually see great value in, Binance is going to issue NFT certificates for completion of crypto courses. While that's great in the initial what's it, you have to wonder about them just selling the NFT to somebody else. But hey ho, I guess it's all fair in the game. In the UK, the FCA is calling for power to ban certain crypto companies, or at least to make it much easier for them to ban crypto companies. And ZipMex, crypto company, has asked for creditor protection as they engage in takeover talks. That's the hull of it. We'll look back now over the week so you can catch up on what's been going on. Basically, Sam is now under criminal investigation in the Bahamas, which is where they're based. Everything else is really well covered over the weekend. So if you want to watch the weekend's news report, the weekly roundup, you'll find it posted on Saturday. We've gone into great detail of the entire week's happenings and like everything tallied up on the Saturday. Worth looking at if you're interested or want to catch up on that front. In other fallout from that, you've had hedge fund Goliath Capital admitted that they've lost 100 million, or there's around 100 million locked up on FTX. They've said half of their assets. I'm gambling on the fact their assets were similar to last year's summer assets. So, yeah, best guesses. Bitfinex Exchange has offered proof of its reserves. All very welcome. Let's be open and honest, people. And the other bit of fallout from FTX was obviously Voyager Digital needed a new buyer because FTX had decided to buy them. They're obviously out now, so Crosstower Exchange is revising their offer. Hopefully that will be suitable and it will go through, so those poor Voyager people can get some of their money back. Big pluses on the wallet side, well, on the market side of things really, is TWT's up 47% and KCS, good old KuCoin's coin, is up 20%. So that's all very good. And lastly, Twitter has fired 10,000 sort of employees, 5,000 employees and 5,000 contractors. So it's safe to say that Elon is clearing that out. Oh, and the whole bollocks about selling the blue tick has already been cancelled because they've suddenly worked out that people were impersonating other people with it. For fuck's sake, like that wasn't bloody obvious. Right, other news. There's ongoing things still falling out from FTX. Hong Kong's HBit, which is a crypto platform over there, has 18.1 million stuck on FTX. Well, lost on FTX, I should say. BlockFi is locked down. This looks like it's due to FTX exposure. Rumours, etc., are saying that you cannot withdraw currently. I've not seen official press releases on that front, but just bear it in mind. Liquid, another crypto exchange that was actually purchased by FTX, has also now suspended withdrawals, so that's probably gone. The Bahamas court has approved FTX liquidators. Sino Global Capital, which was a VC firm, again from Hong Kong way, has lost mid-seven figures on FTX. Yeah, exactly. Not pretty, is it? I'm sure the fallout and other firms that will have lost money will come forward as the days go by as well. I guess a lot of people might be hoping for some fucking miracle. In good news, fiat to crypto on ramp. It's managed to. It's called Ramp itself. Very good. Has raised 70 million. So that's great for them. We need more very customer friendly ways to get people into crypto. Coinbase has been given court permission to support Ripple in their ongoing case, and Ripple has had a nice little boost to their figures. It's not at the top of the charts, so to speak, but it's had a boost. It is in the green since that news has come out, so that's good. There was some negative news for Ripple in the fact that libraries actually lost their case with the SEC and they have been classed as a security. I'm sure that's causing some worry, but only time's going to tell on that front. As you know, I'm a believer in Ripple, but I do accept that it is a massive gamble. I'm really hoping that they get this one right. If any of you have invested in privacy coins, you know, I'm talking Monero, PivX, such like, it's probably the time to get rid of them. With sanctions being laid against Tornado Cash for what it does, it's only a matter of time before the use of these untraceable secure coins gets really pushed. Just watch yourself on that front. Generally, there's still FTX fallout news. Let's fight through that. The good news coming from the whole FTX thing is this transparency of reserves that was brought up by Binance and pushed forward by Binance. I believe it's also very important at this stage that they start showing their liabilities as well. A couple of exchanges have come forward and said that they'll publish their liabilities. Huboy, Crypto.com, but that needs to be done. It's what's expected at this point. South Korean regulators are set to release crypto auditing guide very soon. UAE regulators have started to use the blockchain to speed up commercial judgments. I mean, that's a fantastic real-world use of the blockchain. Crypto bank Silvergate, their stocks dropped by 20% due to FTX exposure. There is an asset manager called Ikaji, Ikijgai, however the fuck you're supposed to pronounce that. I'm going to say Ikaji. The majority of their funds were stuck on FTX, so bleak future there. Sam's latest Twitter posts claim that FTX should have had enough in its reserves to pay every customer, and not only that, but to restart. I'm not sure that sits in line with the current CEO of the exchange or the liquidators working on breaking it all down, or ever he would ever be trusted again in the future, or I guess we'll have to see. Talking of that, this relationship between the SEC and FTX, mainly Sam, these ties really do need to be examined, because it does appear that things were being looked over there when they shouldn't have been. Especially when they're fucking picking on things that have got nothing to do with them, like Ripple. Crypto lender Salts has halted withdrawals, citing the FTX fallout. It's also now been proven in stats and figures that after FTX's collapse, Binance took over almost their entire share of the futures market. Yeah. Binance was given regulatory okay to offer crypto custody in Abu Dhabi. There's a digital dollar pilot scheme being started by the New York Fed and leading top banks. And then outside of all of this colossal headache, 120,000 Bitcoin and 1.4 million ETH have been removed from exchanges over the week. Now, under normal circumstances, that's a sign that we're going to see a very nice push upwards. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of that might just be people moving their holdings into secure wallets rather than leaving them on the parent, which should have been done from the start, people. Come on, not your keys, not your wallet, etc., etc. Trump is going to run for president again in 2024, and UK inflation has reached 11.1%, which is the highest in God knows how many fucking decades. From a realistic point of view, I'm buying half of what I used to buy on my weekly shop, and it's costing me twice as much. So we are literally 4 times worse off as it currently stands. A ongoing fallout from the whole FTX thing. Companies are going on and on about what exposure they've had to it. Tether says they've got 0 exposure, which is quite an important one. Cumberland Trading, 10 million exposure. LEDN, which is a Canadian lender, has 0 exposure. Coinbase says they had 0 exposure. Although despite that, Coinbase stocks closed 12% down. Block is 5% down, and MicroStrategy was 1.2% down. Not a good time to be in stocks of the crypto industry. So, yeah. Sammy Boy's been doing all these very cryptic fucking tweets. And worse than that, at some point overnight, I believe, for us in the Euro side of things, Sam had a conversation with a reporter leaked, and it was damning to say the least, being repeatedly asked whether his ethics in crypto and his bailing out of other companies were just a front. To which he replied, yes, yeah, basically it was mostly a front, and not all, there was a bit of me that cared, but, you know, mostly a front. Not great. Instantly responding to that, the new CEO points out very publicly again on Twitter, Jesus, Twitter is basically the Financial Times of the fucking future, isn't it? Only like more footballer wives style. He's pointed out that Sam has no ongoing role with FTX or Alameda and does not speak on their behalf. Very point blunt and simple. Tesmec is in a hole for $275 million. locked on FTX. BlockFi is apparently preparing for bankruptcy, and the liquidators in a court in the Bahamas have basically cited serious fraud and mismanagement. Gemini Lending and Gemini Earn is also fucked because of it. Yeah. Not very pretty, is it, really, all things considered. Try to finish on a very happy note. The Eurozone inflation was 10.6, which is lower than expectations, but it's still fucking crap. So, you know. So, yeah, look, the news is still dominated with FTX this, FTX that, and I'm sure it's getting boring for you now. It's getting boring for me, I can tell you that much for nothing. Right, let's have a look then. Look, it's important to understand that crypto isn't dead. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. It's a disaster, but it's more of a disaster for centralised exchanges, centralised finance, not decentralised finance, which is what we're all about. You know, it's important to understand that the use cases for crypto remain strong. You know, it's not going to hold us back, essentially. You know, it's a tiny little knock, but we needed a proper bottom anyway. You know, I said back, in January time that we were going to drop to 16 grand. We've still maintained slightly above that. I'm guessing the proper bottom's going to be November, December time. And then we will start the slow, long recovery. I'm still hoping the bottom is going to be around that 16k mark. If it breaches that, we're down to 12. Let's hope that doesn't happen, eh? Right. Jump Crypto has denied rumours it's going to close down because of FTX exposure. Upbots Crypto has issued a recovery plan after its FTX losses. The US House Finances Services Committee, Jesus fucking Christ, what a name. They plan to have an FTX hearing. Who they are and what they fucking do, well, that's a mystery to me. Nexo actually offered to buy BlockFi back in July for 850 million. I bet they're glad they didn't. Genesis saw a 1 billion low before halting its redemptions. Yeah. Everyone's scrambling for survival, aren't they? The only other thing I've noticed, and it was a pay-for advert, so you got to take it with a pinch of salt, is RCD Espanyol has apparently become the first football club to fully integrate crypto payments thanks to Crypto Snack and Snack Token. Make of that what you will. As I said, that was a paid advertisement, but it's still an interesting thing. You know, Chili's has always been well ahead on the whole football thing. Not really a fan, to be honest. Don't give a fuck about football. But it's big business and multi-billions, so, you know, it will affect things.
All things crypto by a duck life. See you next time.